Welcome, everybody. This is the Just Keep Reaching show, where we are helping you fulfill your full potential in life and in business by sharing stories, tips, and experiences from those who just keep reaching. My name is Joe Rosner, and each week I will bring you incredible guests in order to show you that we all come from different places, but to fulfill our full potential, we must just keep reaching. Welcome back, everyone, to another great episode with the Just Keep Reaching show. My name is Joe Rosner, and I'm here with an incredible guest and a great friend and an amazing mom who's going from a small town to a single mom in massive debt to creating an extraordinary legacy. She's in the top 80 in her company globally, a millionaire in 3 years. Her name is Dr. DelRae. DelRae, thank you for taking the time to hop on the show today. I know you're extremely busy mompreneur. How are you doing?
So good, Joe. How are you?
I am doing absolutely phenomenal. So I just, I think it's really, really great. And I think that your story, I want to dive in really quick and I want to get the audience to understand who you are and where you came from. That aligns with Just Keep Reaching so well in your overall journey to where you're currently at. So why don't you, where did you grow up?
I'm from small town, North Dakota. So the town is called Richardson. I always say near Dickinson because no one knows where it is. I'm a farm girl, and I definitely attribute a lot of my success to work ethic and persistence. And I was taught that from a really young age. Incredible morals, integrity, core values. My dad and mom are absolutely amazing, the best leaders and role models I could ask for.
Absolutely. That's incredible. So from a super small town, family, hardworking, right? What happened? Like, how did you go from that to where you're at right now? Millionaire in 3 years. That just boggles my mind. It's incredible.
Well, I hit a really tough place in my life about 3.5 years ago. I had tried a lot of things. I always wanted to be an entrepreneur, my own boss, and I always joke that I was going to wake up to my own alarm clock and design my days or die trying. I was really unemployable, and I found that out very soon with the first couple of jobs that I had. I did not want to be told what to do and when to do it. I also did not want a financial ceiling. So the reason why I got into my profession is because I really wanted to help people with health and wellness and prevention, nutrition, fitness. But being tied to an office space was really challenging. There was really lack of time flexibility, lack of financial freedom because I was tied to my hours and my day. So I was looking for ways to leverage that, created a nutraceutical line, manufactured my own protein powder and a couple of other products, wrote a cookbook. I was a really young mom, so I had a lot of reasons why I needed to provide financially. And when I was in the online space, it was really challenging to leverage my impact and income. I had high overhead in both of those business models, ended up very stressed, and obviously relationships don't work when you're stressed financially. So ended up in a really bad place 3.5 years ago. And I just didn't know what I was going to do. I was in an inefficient vehicle of a business model, but I was very closed. And honestly, I was very prideful. My ego had gotten the best of me because I thought I knew everything. I was very uncoachable at that point. So to be honest, it was purposeful because I needed to be humbled in order to be open to other opportunities. So I was the type of person that would work really, really hard. Work wasn't the problem. Working hard wasn't the problem. I would just keep reaching, except I was really continually trying to figure out how to make this work. So I was introduced to a really beautiful opportunity, and I saw it in a different light only because I was in a really tough spot. My back was against the wall, and it's one of the best places to be because I was in relentless pursuit of excellence in all areas of my life. I needed to figure out time management. I needed to figure out a lot of things that I was just not good at in order to grow and perform, I'd say also consistently perform at a high level of achievement, but also be fulfilled at the same time, because that was very challenging for me before. I would achieve, but I was really unhappy and unfulfilled. So this has brought so much joy into my life. I'm so happy and also achieving goals at the same time.
Absolutely. You said fulfilled. So is I think something that I see a lot of people struggle with right now, whether they're starting a new business, whether it's online, whether it's not online, I think they struggle with the whole balance factor, right? Like balancing, like being fulfilled, not being fulfilled. How do you know when that was the right thing for you? And how did you kind of handle that? Did you always know like, hey, everything is going to be 100% balanced? Or did you know there were going to be times where, hey, today just didn't go the way that you wanted it to go? How did you make it so fulfilling for yourself and find that?
Well, I will tell you, I don't believe in balance. I just believe in prioritizing your time, because the thing is that people feel really guilty as an achiever personality when they think they have to have what most people, and I don't want most people's lives. So I'm talking to the people that are very achievement driven and want a great life, not just an okay life. And I looked at successful people and they just weren't balanced. They just chose to prioritize their time. And their work was a lot of their purpose. And I was apologizing for that for so long. I would feel guilty as a parent and as a mom for like wanting a career and wanting to make a huge impact, not being able to sleep at night because of how driven and passionate and inspired I am every day. And I finally realized that I'm not going to be the same type of mom, and I'm not going to feel bad about that. So I realized that people can look at my life and they can say, okay, for 2 years, your little one was like traveling to Sioux Falls, South Dakota with you to see the Rotters. Like, your little girl was making energy balls for a healthy happy hour. She was at events. She traveled with me. Was that being a bad mom? Or was it influencing this child to look at this world in a different way and say, I'm a little entrepreneurial mind, soaking up how to talk to people, how to add value to people's lives, how to solve problems, how to look at the world completely different, because I want her life to be different. Our kids now are going to have to solve major problems in order to live in a world that's growing and expanding and evolving at such a rapid rate. I want her to be a leader in that. So I believe fulfillment, personally, now that I have financial abundance, no amount of money will make you happy. You've heard this, it's cliche, but now more than ever, look at, Kate Spade, look at Anthony Bourdain. They took their own lives literally as multimillionaires, as people. You look at their life and say, penthouse in New York, somebody that was globally traveling the world and actually respected by so many. They felt their life was not even worth living anymore. I believe, completely separate of financial abundance, you have to have purpose and contribution and service to others, and continually giving and having a purpose and a meaning for your life goes far beyond being a millionaire. In fact, when that achievement happened, I said, well, that's fun, but to be honest, what I'm most proud of is the fact that I just kept reaching day after day after day when no one was looking. In the days when my hair was in a bun and I hadn't showered and I was driving across I-94 in North Dakota doing events. That's what I'm most proud of, not for what's in my bank account right now. Like the amount of lives that have been impacted and are going to continually be impacted is what I'm proud of.
That's so incredible and inspiring. Like just watching your journey from my perspective, because I've been a part of and seeing that unravel over the last several years is incredible. But you said something that, of contribution. Now, when you think about contribution, what do you think about having a team around you wanting to do the same thing? Are you a believer in, because you always hear these things like, the solopreneur, they can do everything on their own? Or do you believe that you need people involved with what you're doing so you can impact more people?
I've been the solopreneur and it sucks. Like, a computer is not a really fun thing to communicate with. And you can never do great things alone. I mean, the way that our world is evolving, we have to solve some major problems. We have a healthcare crisis, not only in our generation, but in now the future generations of our children. We have a financial crisis that can literally break our economy at any time right now. We need more people that are creating abundance to solve these global problems. Under the age of 5, 50% of children that die are because they don't have food. like we live in this world where we're constantly connected to opportunity, but we take it for granted. And I want to be a part of that problem. I want to create millions of dollars of income so I can circulate that abundance to solve more problems. And that is the reason why I continue to quote unquote work. It's just who I am. It's my purpose now to figure out what kind of impact can I leave when I'm here. And I can say a few years ago when I was really struggling, the thing that really pained me the most was not that I was broke, because I was. It was the fact that I felt really selfish. I felt like, DelRae, you're worrying about your rent and your car payment and like groceries. And how are you going to serve other people being financially stressed like that day to day? I felt like I felt so worthless because my purpose was not being lived out. And that's what I want to pull out of people every day. Is I know you want financial freedom because there's so much choice in that, but I want you to realize every day that you live in fear, and there's so many of you that are maybe listening to this that are like, yeah, that's great, but I don't know where to start, or I'm so fearful of this and this and this. I was too. Fear doesn't necessarily go away. I just had a big enough reason why that was just not going to be an excuse for me anymore. I could not get down on my knees, and I would do this when I got scared about the direction I was going. I mean, I gave up everything. I invested a lot in a business before this, and I gave it all up to go all in. I am not a gray person. I do not live in gray. If I'm going to do something, it is all in with everything I have. And if I ever doubted myself, or if I heard opinions, because I'm in a business model that has we got to make up for a lot of the crap that's gone on. I didn't want to be the person that was all about hype. I wanted to be honest with people and say, this is an opportunity, but you're going to have to work for it. Like, you don't just have something happen that's massive amounts of success with no work. And the fact that I was prepping for a decade before this, I share that all the time. Do not look at your results and think that the same thing is going to happen, because I had 10 years of work to have timing and opportunity present itself. And then all of that preparation of skill that I had transitioned over perfectly. But every time I doubted myself, I would get on my knees and I would look at my little girl in her eyes. Her name is Gianna, and my older daughter. And I would say, what excuse, fear, someone else's opinion I couldn't tell her, Gianna, I'm sorry, mommy's going to quit now because somebody had an opinion about what I'm going to do. Or, okay, mommy doesn't feel great today, so I'm just going to not do something. I would literally make myself say those words out loud. And I want you to know, if you have a why that's that powerful in your life right now, it will move you past any of that when you're hungry enough. You just have to be in enough pain. And you have to magnify that pain, because if you do nothing right now, that's exactly what your life is going to look like. I did that. I magnified it. And I said, if I don't change this, I can't look at my girls. And I always thought, like, what's the worst thing that can happen? And to me, the worst thing is that my dreams will die with me. And my girls would just see me as an empty shell of somebody that just did not live out her purpose. And I couldn't do that.
Absolutely. That just sent chills down my spine when you're talking about your kids like that, because I see so many people with so much potential out there, but the moment that they start hearing, things from other people, or they start, seeing this new thing that comes out, they want to jump towards that when they start having a difficult time with what they're currently doing. And for you, that was really digging deep and saying, my why is my kids, is this legacy that I'm building for them. And you held your ground to that over and over. Was that easy, or would you say that was difficult?
I'll be honest, it was just a decision that I made. Like, the most difficult thing for me was just the pain that I was in. And I always tell people that I'm like, create leverage emotionally. You have to have nothing like that's shiny and looks good as an opportunity will actually get you into action. It's actually the opposite. Our brain is so used to scarcity and fear and all of these things. You literally have to create a neurological change in your brain. And what does that the most is pain. And that state that I was in, I turned it into a relentless pursuit of excellence in every area of my life. And it started with habits. And I love talking about the day-to-day compound effect, because most people think they look at the last 3 years and you're like, good for you. There's the glory, but they don't see the story. And it's in your day-to-day. I want to know what you do with your 15 minutes, because how you respect 15 minutes of your time is how other people will respect 15 minutes of your time. I acted as a 7-figure income earner the day I started this. And that's what I did with my time. In fact, I have about 4 more minutes because I'm going to get my workout in, because it is an essential part of my day for mental clarity, energy, and purpose. I have to take care of this vessel in order to serve other people, and I don't compromise that. So that's literally how my days look.
That's amazing. And I think that's a lesson that everybody can really focus on, is every 15 minutes. I think people take for granted the time that we have every single day, and they don't utilize it to their benefit as much as they could. They don't appreciate it. And that's exactly what you do. And me knowing you for so long, I know that that's true, because you just don't have, hey, let's hop on a call right now. It's never going to be like that. And you do only have 4 minutes. So I want to wrap this up, and I want to make this quick, but I want them to know, who you are. If you could give them one good, solid piece of advice, this is somebody that, is going through a struggle. Maybe they're second guessing themselves. How can they just keep reaching in their life? What should they focus on in a way that that you've been through it to get to where you are, that could benefit them?
You have to change your state. To get out of a rut, you cannot just affirm something in your mind. People say affirmations, you're gonna feel better. You don't. You literally don't. You have to create so much a change in your state of your entire body. And I took Tony Robbins' UPW, and I did so to just literally prove it wrong. I thought this guy's full of crap. There's no way this works. People talk about it all the time. So I was like, I'm just going to go to check it out. And it literally changed the course and direction of my life. Because what happens is when you get in a rut and you're doubting yourself, you extend that emotional state for a period of time. And I get it. I've been through crap even in the last year. I lost a huge amount of money in an investment with a trusted friend. And I am telling you, that would set the amount of money that it would probably set most people back for a decade. I'm fortunate to be able to make up for that in literally now 3 months. However, the way that I was able to get over it is because I've had so much training in changing my state and looking at it's all perspective. Just what happened to you? Is it your opportunity to grow and learn instantly and find a solution? Or do you create your own pity party, whether it's 3 months, 3 years, sometimes 30 for some people, in a victim mentality? If you're a winner, you create a winner mentality. And a winner mentality does not focus on problems, they focus on solutions. So whatever your problem is right now, there is a reason why it's there. It could be as big as, a loss of someone you love, a relationship that you never thought would end. It could be a financial loss. It could be you lost your job. It could be something that you think would never happen to you. And it is going to be the most purposeful, divine opportunity for you to be a warrior and grow through it. I just talked about this the other day. I do not want you to pacify your feelings with something external. You need to feel what you feel, but you need to figure out how you're going to grow and learn from it. And be relentless about it and say, I use this as an opportunity to now move forward with more empathy for others, more compassion, because the story I just went through, I can connect with other people about and inspire them. So my biggest piece of advice is have a growth mindset. You take extreme responsibility for every decision that you have made. No one has done anything to you. No life circumstance was there just because. It is so purposeful that I hit rock bottom. And I am so grateful for it every day. At the time, I was like, this sucks. Can this be someone else's learning lesson? Because this is not fun. This is horrible. I'm in my friend's basement trying to figure something out. But guess what I did? I figured it out. I went for a solution, and I'm only solutions focused. So just do that and start daily. Start small, right? Start small. I mean, fill your mind with what Joe has to offer you. I would do that. I would fill my mind with podcasts and inspiration and like get rid of your state. I want you to go and find a song and actually create a playlist that fires you up energetically. Go move your body. That's why I'm going to go work out right now. Once you move your body, your mind changes. And people do the opposite. They think they can change their mind and keep your body still. And that's actually how Tony like really, really changes how you can get out of your funk. So I did that. I have a playlist and it's called, it's my leadership playlist. And I literally will play a song that instantly gets me into state. Like, you don't get a pity party right now. And I'll tell you, things still happen to me, but it takes me about 3 seconds to find a solution versus 3 weeks or 3 months or 3 years like it used to. So get used to that, because there's going to be a lot more problems and challenges in life. Like, it's going to happen. You just now have a mindset to get over it.
Absolutely. That is incredible, right? Consistency, obviously, day to day, small incremental changes moving towards where you want to go, and never focusing on the problem and always focusing on the solution, because that's the only thing that's going to move you forward. Wow. I don't know if that's, given some incredible advice from Dr. DelRae. But Dr. DelRae, if people want to find you, where can they find you on social media?
You know what's amazing is I don't even have a website anymore. That's how powerful social media is. Instagram, DelRae, Facebook, DelRae Marie Messer. I'm just always available via email. It's DelRae@gmail.com. So, yeah, any of those. I would love to connect with anybody that has questions. I'm obsessed with helping people create financial freedom. Like, that is my jam right now, because I've personally seen you cannot be the same person in financial stress. So.
Yes, that's incredible. So everybody, make sure that you go follow her. Make sure you go reach out to her. You got questions. She's an inspiration. She's a single mom who has gone through the struggles and just kept reaching every single day to get to where she's at right now. And I want to thank you for hopping on the show today, Dr. DelRae, and I do appreciate you, and I look forward to talking to you soon.
Oh my gosh, Joe, I adore you. I always have. Your story is amazing. Thank you for just being so purposeful and giving to so many people.